Well, it's 5 o'clock. What did you do today?
Well, honestly, I just come down the machine because I was in London yesterday working, and then I have to start my job tomorrow down in Toronto. A new job that we start. So today, day off, come down, work on all the bikes, and get them cleaned up, do filters, and get ready for a go for this weekend.
It's been a pretty busy winter for you with your work?
Yeah, it's actually been really, really busy. It's in my kind of line of work, the winter's normally the slow time, but it's a lot of work out there, and I'm getting lots of jobs, and it's been going good.
You've been doing the metal. What is the title of it? Is it metal fabrication? Is that what you'd call it? No.
No, fabrication is if you're like what Johnny Sogren does. That's metal fabrication with welding and stuff like that. I just do steel siding install, aluminum composite panel installations.
And
so on industrial buildings, commercial buildings, high rises, stuff like that.
I know you've been doing that pretty much since you're about 15 years old, but you started your own company, running your own company and your crews. How long ago, and sort of how have things grown since then?
Yeah, I started in 2011, and there was four of us. I had three guys working for me. So it was my Uncle Jody, and my dad was working for me, and my cousin. And started that, and it was started off good. We had 2 or 3 jobs on the go for that the year 2011. It was like mid-2011. And then, obviously, 2012, I wanted to take it a little serious here for motocross, so I downsized a little bit, as you could say, and just had kind of one guy, just a little bit going, nothing too serious for 2012, and then obviously broke my femur, so then I think it was like 2 months after I broke my femur, I started back up again, so it's been going steady now for about a year and 8 months, and grown up to 5 guys, 5 people now, employees, and had 3 crews going this winter, and looks like I'm going to need 3 crews again this summer with the jobs I've lined up for the year already. And so started off with one truck, 1 crew basically, and now I got 3 trucks, 3 crews. Yeah, it's just been busy. It's lucky, and trying to meet new people in the industry. Obviously, I'm a little younger in it, so trying to meet new people and grow it as much as I can. So we've business-wise, we've probably tripled now in size and in equity, as you could say. So it's been good, and hopefully down the road I won't have to work as hard, and I can maybe just play around on bikes the rest of my life.
What's more difficult, smashing around at the Gopher Dunes National in the heat, or managing 3 crews, construction crews?
Obviously managing 3 crews. Gopher Dunes and riding the Nationals is more of a vacation for me than anything serious. Having a company, and anyone will tell you, having a company and managing your bills and paying your taxes and all your insurances, and I'm in the union, my company, so that's another task at hand. That for a lot more money you got to pay into the union just to keep the big jobs coming, and obviously dealing with clients and making sure they're happy, and that's the stressful thing. Motocross is that's what keeps me sane and keeps me happy, and that's the easy life.
So now that the company's expanded, you said you got 3 crews on the go this summer. I guess that means that you're not going to be racing all 10 rounds of the National Series?
No, I won't be able to. I'd obviously love to, maybe down the road, do it again for fun, travel out there. Well, obviously not really fun. I have fun, but I do take it a little serious when I'm out on the track. So, but I just plan on down the road if I can get this established, as you could say, and trust the crews that I have with me. My Uncle Jody's one of my foremans, and he's been doing really good, and my dad plans on coming back from out west and taking on a crew and doing that. So we've been talking a bunch about that. So it'll free up some time for me if I can have 2 big projects on the go at one time. Then I can keep 4 guys there steady, and then I can maybe take a bit of time off to do some practicing and training. But I don't like turning down work either. So as soon as the call comes for more work, then I'm back on the job site again. So it's fun. I enjoy doing it. It's something I've always wanted to do, and set my life up a little bit younger here, so I'm not 40 years old wondering what the fuck I'm going to do with my life after motocross.
How, no, it's very responsible of you, Kyle. Going back to 2012, I know you were pretty happy to have signed the deal with Yamaha that year. You sort of got, you know, a deal that would allow you to run your own program, while, being able to afford you the time off work.
Pardon?
What do you got going on in the background there? Somebody wrestling?
No, we're at the shop.
Oh.
We're at machine racing, so.
Oh, just thinking back to 2012, like how depressing was it for you? I'm sure, to have kind of got the deal that you wanted, you put in a bunch of the time, and you're all excited, ready to go, and then you crash a Kamloops and you get hurt. That kind of take the wind out of your sails as far as kind of racing motocross, taking motocross as as a career type thing.
Well, yeah, like it's difficult for any rider when they get hurt because you start, obviously just everything comes to you and you look at the big picture and you look at down the road and are you going to be able to recover and are you going to be able to do as good, and it's very depressing and you don't even really want to be around it for a bit because the one thing for me is, I was at a point there where I was going to be able to probably contend for the title, and that was an awesome year for me and everything came together really well, and I know everything happens for a reason. I don't know what fucking reason that was, but you don't want to really be at the track because you see guys, you want to see everyone doing good, but honestly not really because you're competitive, right? So I see guys doing good that I know that I can beat, and then I look at the end result in the year and see the national numbers and, just kind of shake your head and you're pretty pissed off at yourself for, everything goes through your mind. Did I take the right line? Obviously not. What should I have done? And all these questions go through your head, and then you question yourself about even continuing racing, and because all the work that you do put in, and I know how much work goes into a professional career, and if you want to contend for a title, it's a lot of work for sure, but it's fun work. It's not these guys now that think it's fucking hard to get up in the morning and go for a run or go for a jog. That's a piece of cake than having a full-time gig and trying to work and have kids and a career and stuff like that. Like, they should be thankful for what they're able to do and keep going at it. But it's a struggle with money up here too as well. Obviously in the motocross industry there's not $1 million paycheck coming in or $100,000 at least a year coming in like you can make out in the real world. So that's something that I had to look at and think, if I'm going to stick with this and just keep continuing racing dirt bikes and making my paychecks on the weekend, and just didn't really all fit right with me.
So this year you're just going to do the Eastern National rounds then?
Yeah. My plan is to do, I think was there five East rounds this year? Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure going to do 4 of them. I'm going to do, obviously, Gopher Dunes, Sandley, Deschambault, Wolverton, and Walton. I just don't know if I'm going to make the trek out to Moncton this year. But who knows, after I, do a couple rounds and get that fever of the race again and the competitiveness, you might just see me drive out there for fun.
Why don't you skip doing a few local races and go down and race an AMA National?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously something that I've always wanted to do and talked about. It's just, I don't know. I guess it's not really out of the question to do that.
Are you scared?
I'm not scared. It's just I want to be prepared. And I don't know. Like, there's a lot to it, right? There's a lot to prepare everything. Prepare your bike, make sure it's fast enough for down there, and I don't know. It's a lot of work and costs a lot more money to go down and do one of those races than it does to race up here. So
yeah,
I'd love to obviously do it. It's fun. It's intense down there too, right? It's not like the CMRC National Series. It's a little more intense, and yeah. So we'll see. We'll see about that.
Well, Kyle Keast is an intense guy. He doesn't need to be prepared. He's not afraid to line up at Gopher Dunes after spending an hour on the bike.
It's just, I guess, when you're comfortable up here, right? You're comfortable with the tracks, and that's one thing for me where I can work and show up on the weekends and still be competitive because I do know all the tracks. But if I'm going to a fresh track, a brand new track that I've never ridden, you got to be prepared, and that's the thing where, during the week and stuff, if I can do it, obviously that's something I want to do, and that's what I'm talking about, what I mean about growing my business and down the road, right? Like, my business does well enough, you got enough money sitting there where you can tour around and have some fun, and that's my plan. And for me, it's growing that business is the most important thing for me right now.
So you just got back from Florida there. You spent about 2 weeks down south on the new YZ450. I know you don't go down south very much. How did those 2 weeks go? Where were you doing some riding? How's the new bike feel?
Oh, awesome! It was I don't go down at all really usually, and had a chance to do it this year obviously, and so packed up the truck and Yamaha trailer and toured down. It was awesome. There's gorgeous tracks down there. The facilities are nice. People are great. I mean, you know what it's like. There's so many tracks, and within 3 hours that you can go and practice at, you know, it's like pick and choose. Where up here, it's you gotta just drive 3 hours in order to ride one track for basically all season, right? Where down there, there's tracks right there, very close to you. So we had a great time. We stayed in Jacksonville, Florida, and then we toured around a little bit. Probably took 3 or 4 days off total within the 2 weeks of. Went down to the beach and hung out and did some go-karting, and the rest of the time we basically got up, went to the track every day and rode, and me and Shandell rode, and my dad was down there actually with me for a week, and then he had to fly back to work, so he come down, he had a good time, and we just had some fun and swam, sat in hot tubs. It was nice, it was relaxing.
I know that you're creeping up to the big 3-0 now, and you've probably spent the equal amount of minutes, 30 minutes in the gym this winter. So was it painful going out there and riding for the first time?
Oh, it was brutal. It was I think every racer knows what the first time's like on a brand new bike if you haven't hit the gym, and I don't think I've been to the gym in about 6-7 months, so I obviously wasn't too fresh on the bike, but no, everything was painful. The wrists hurt, hands hurt, ass swelling up just from that new hard rock seat that's on those bikes, and the first 2 days it was a struggle, but then after that everything started loosening up, and it was fun. The bike's awesome. The new 450, I didn't know if I would like it, but the new 450 is unreal how good it works, and strong motor, better than the last year's obviously, and the way they handle is unreal, so I'm pretty pumped about this season.
Since you're not going to be racing all the nationals, you're not going to obviously be in champion contention, so I'm sure you're not afraid to talk about maybe your thoughts on some of the guys. So right now I think that probably the 3 hot names coming that are going to be in contention for the win this year, I think it'll be between Brett Metcalf, Mike Alessi, and Colton Fasciotti, but then we got, of course, Bobby Canary, Chisholm's coming up. Izzy was supposed to come up, but now I guess his visa or whatever's not going to let him come up here to race in Canada. Who do you see being kind of the top guy that's going to be sort of the one to chase this year?
I think you forgot Teddy too. Teddy Mayer's going to be up here again.
Teddy, yep.
Is he not? Yeah. I think Teddy is going to be a real threat this year. First or second full year, I'm pretty sure it was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
In the 450. So he looked good last year, and he gave Metcalf some runs at Calgary in some of the rounds. So I think he's going to be a threat. I think. My pick is Colton. Actually, I'd like to see him. I'd like to see him win, and I don't see. Some guys are saying right now that he's maybe not up to speed, but I think Colt's the type of guy that he practices smart, and he races local races smart, and then when he comes to the nationals, he's ready. He's a national racer, so I think Colton's going to be on top at the end of the season with Metcalf and. Probably Teddy in there. I don't know about, Canary's going to be there. He's a Iron Man. He's always there in the end. And the other guys, I don't know. Let's see, it's his first year up here. So, it's not a joke like a lot of the guys think down in the States. Obviously, you know that by Metcalf and Gerke coming up here. So, we'll see how those guys do.
This year, you're obviously back on Yamaha, and Troy Lee Designs is continuing to help you out in machine racing. Any new sponsors to add this year?
No, it's pretty much the same group of people that have been with me since 2012, and that's the kind of way I like to keep things, keep everybody happy, and be loyal to everybody. So it's the same. Yamaha Canada obviously sponsoring me again and helping out with the bikes and parts and whatnot, and machine racing. John Nelson, Troy Lee Design is a big part of my sponsorship, and I like to thank those guys a lot. Podium Graphics and FMF and LGS Suspension, Matrix, Keast Metalworks now, and Bondi Engines and Work Connection, GYTR, Smith Optics, WUSA, and yeah, everyone basically from the last 3 years that we've stuck together and helped me out.
All right, cool. Thanks for taking the time to chat to me, buddy. It's just been so long since we talked. Anyways, no, it was good to catch up, buddy. So good luck this weekend at Go for Dunes.
Thank you very much.